everybody. I wish you a very happy 8th anniversary for our church. When church started, I was only 8 months old. I am very excited to see our church grow, and I am very excited to see what God will do in our future. Thank you, everybody. I wish you a very happy 8th anniversary.
We would like to wish everyone a very happy 8th anniversary.
What an incredible journey it's been. I can't believe it's been 8 years since we started the church. I still remember our very first Sunday service. We had 13 people join us. And the next Sunday we had a revival, and I'm being sarcastic because we went from 13 to 5 people. But through it all, God has been faithful.
When Pastor shared his vision about planting the church, I was excited. But as it came closer, I got really nervous and scared. And actually, when the church started, I was like, oh my goodness, how is this ever going to work? What have I put myself into? But God has been faithful. He has been with us, and He's been doing great things in the city of Gurgaon.
No matter where you are, you always need a place to call your home. Delhi NCR was not on my long-term stay list.
I remember my first Sunday. I was just few months new to the city, very naive.
All I knew about NCR was it has extreme weathers, really high pollution rates, a lot of crimes, and people here are not very friendly.
I moved to New Delhi in 2014 to work for an advertising company. I remember my close friend Sam, he invited me to Bethel.
I recently finished my college in 2014 and came back to Gurgaon. Someone recommended me about BCC.
Initially, I was quite hesitant and lazy to visit.
It took me nearly 1.5 hours to come from where I was staying in Delhi to Gurgaon, where our church was initially.
In the middle of the week, I just typed church near me and it came up. I somehow decided, okay, let's just check it out.
And after the service, I met Pastor and he spoke these words into my life. He said, "You're not here by accident. God has a plan and a purpose for your life." But in my mind, I was like, I'm not coming the next week because I was staying so far from church.
So, second week, again, went there, this time with a friend.
Coming to Bethel City Church changed my perception. I found it to be a really lively place full of amazing people who are passionate for Jesus.
We reached there by 11:45, the hall was packed. Someone offered us 2 seats at the back.
I found some really amazing friends whom I can really count on.
When the service got over, I remember I overcame the hesitation when I met the people and when I met Pastor John.
Pastor John and Pastor K are one of the friendliest pastors I've ever met, and they are really encouraging.
The day I came happened to be the first anniversary of our church. I was not only greeted by a warm welcome and a big smile, but also with a good food.
No matter what mindset brings you here, there are always doors open and a seat for you.
I have learned this one thing, that when your spirit finds a home, nothing else satisfies.
I can truly say I found a home at Bethel City Church.
6 years forward, I can say, you can see that yes, I was not here by accident.
Today we are celebrating our 8th anniversary, and it just feels like yesterday.
We moved in the year 2015 July, and from last 6 years it's been a wonderful journey for us.
On last day in Coimbatore Church, Pastor David has prayed for us, and he told we are sending soldiers to BCC Gurgaon.
And just like he said, we came like a soldiers. We were part of Pastor John and Pastor Karna's ministry. We have to appreciate their hospitality and the love they show for us. They helped us settle in Gurgaon very soon, and ever since all through the 6 years, they stood with us, they prayed for us, they encouraged us, and they continually stood with us in our times of difficulties and in our times of happiness. I also remember celebrating our 10th anniversary on the very first Sunday in Gurgaon Church. It was a total surprise for us, and we want to thank our pastors for organizing such a pleasant surprise for us. And we also remember having a fellowship lunch in McDonald's. It's again a great initiative from our pastors for nurturing the fellowship among the church believers.
At Bethel, we hosted many events. We had this huge, massive guys who were 6 feet tall walking in,
They were exhibiting strength.
and the room started looking small when they came. One of the very important thing that inspired me is like how we can use something so strong that that draws so much attention, and we can use to spread gospel.
Asia's strongest man's son, Ashish Chopra, he lifted me on his shoulders.
For me, it was my first time experiencing something like this that can be used as a tool for ministry.
Yes, I remember being part of the blanket distribution program organized by our church. It was so nice, and it shared blankets to poor and needy.
They received with such a joy, and we felt so blessed doing that as a church.
My first day in Battle City Church. It was in the year 2016. I was looking out for a church, and one of my cousins told me about a Battle City Church in Gurgaon. So I have planned to attend the Sunday service. When I walked inside the church, it was unlike any other churches. I was overwhelmed by their warm welcome and the smiles on their face. And I was so touched when the pastor started preaching the gospel. The topic was so inspiring and uplifting that I could relate to my situation. It seems like pastor was preaching to me. From the very first day, my heart tells to myself that this is the right place where I belong. I am so blessed to be a part of Battle City Church.
My name is Rishika and I'm from Delhi. And this is my story of my first experience with Battle City Church. So this complete lost non-believer first stepped into Bethel City Church on February of 2015. Little did I know that the place I entered so casually was going to change my life forever. I had been looking for a path to get closer to God and know who He is. And I really believe that Pastor John and Pastor K were the guardian angels that God had appointed for me. Through them, I know who Jesus is, what is the importance of prayer, and working every day towards becoming what God intended me to be. I'm still a work in progress, but I have come a long way. Today, 6 years later, I'm a baptized, born-again follower of Christ and a proud planted member of Bethel City Church, and also a member of the Builders team. I have been sharing testimonies upon testimonies of God's grace in my life ever since I became a part of the Bethel City Church. And I think that's what you call a real first impression. It's an impression that lasts a lifetime.
We have reached people from so many countries like Bhutan, Mauritius, Russia, Taiwan, Germany, UK, and the list goes on to the African nations, to Mongolia, and also to our own country states. We have people from almost every state in our church, and God has been faithful and He is building, and I am excited about what God is going to do in the future.
We started our church at the basement of a guest house style hotel, Hotel Adar. Some of you might remember it. We used to just rent it for the weekends, just for Sundays. But we've come a long way. God helped us to rent our present basement for the entire month so we can have many different services. And today, as we celebrate our 8th anniversary, I'm so excited because greater things are yet to come. And as we celebrate this 8th anniversary, we're believing God for our very own land and our building in Gurgaon. We're praying, we're believing for 20 to 25 acres to build a 5,000 seater, to build a Bible college, to build a dream center where we will empower people from all walks of life Church, when I think about the future, it is exciting. I can only say the best is yet to come. Greater things are in store. And so today, my wife and I, we want to thank each and every one of you for being part of us in this incredible journey. We could not have done it without you. So we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to declare it again. The best is yet to come. Greater things are yet in store. So let's get excited. Let's look to the future with faith and get ready for what God has in store. God bless you.